What's up, everyone? Mikey Underdog in the building. Today I'm going over bull flags again because that is my favorite setup on the 1 minute and especially on the 5 minute. Okay, as you can see, pretty much got right here bull flags, big volume push up, low volume pullbacks. All right, in a hot market, these are going to be one of the many first setups that you're going to see that are going to lead to a bigger pattern setup. They're going to actually set up and form and actually go ahead and break levels on the left, break out, and then actually go ahead and make bigger breakouts from just the bull flag actually pulling back, igniting, and then going on and so forth. And then, what we're going to look for is for pivots off of them and so on. But, I'm going to go ahead and go over kind of a couple plays of the week and show you what we're looking for over and over and over again. This is something that we practice a very long time, right, in any type of market, and now we're applying it now, and now we're taking more size, adding more risk, and holding on some more shares for a bigger push. Okay. So TBLT, right, 8-1. This is like the first play of the month. So, TBLT was also, a previous runner from last week. It was going, it was forming. So as, this momentum stick happened right here, we were looking for, I was pretty much looking for an 885 pivot play off this. And then I looked down and looked left right after this is breaking out, looking for this one to hold, and then 880s, 867. Okay. So here's my thing, right? First mentions, we're definitely off that 885 pivot. I want to see when we have strong momentum, pivots, the first pivots to the left that are really close by, I kind of want to see them bounce there. I want to see buyers step up there and for the play to actually have continuation. Okay, but it didn't happen, right? So I cut it really quick because, when you have size, that's a 20 cents drop. Looking left, this was the 867 pivot right here. So I go ahead and re-entered this play and was expecting this thing to kind of break out. All right. But it didn't. You see this stuff candle. But more importantly, after this stuff candle, what did it do? It held this 885 pivot. Okay. And in the grand scheme of thing, while this is setting up, I want to go ahead and just, show you guys what I'm visualizing even after stuff. And now we got a pivot hold. So every time I'm going through these things, I'm pretty much, this is what I'm doing. All right. Let me go even better. From right here when this starts, I'm literally zooming in on this right here. Okay. All right. And in live time while this is going, it's very simple, right? This is our leg up. Okay. Right here. All right. This is our flagpole. Okay. This is the flagpole, and now this is the flag body. Okay, so then it makes this flag. All right. Same thing with the volume. All right. Despite, how it may look when you have volume overlay, we got this pop up. All right. We got this low volume pullback right here. All right. We got the same look. That's what I'm looking for in these bull flags, to match. Okay. And now looking left, we are going to have key pivots, intraday pivots, whether they're daily pivots, okay, 4 hour, 1 hour, whatever it is. Something to give us some confluence and confidence in taking these trades. Okay. So, so now we got ads from 867 and this thing actually breaks out to 935. Okay. Pretty much got, was that a 55-cent play? Okay. Depending on if you held this through this stuff right here, knowing that it would hold this 885 pivot from ads from 867s. Okay. And eventually this thing ended up making new highs. Okay. It did test this 867 pivot again. So we got a double bottom off this previous spot where buyers stepped up. Okay. This was a two-play type of trade. All right, we got a bull flag, and now after this sets up, the 1 minute kind of looks ugly, but we're looking for a next pivot hold, VWAP hold, whatever the case may be. So same thing, right? 867s to 960s. That's almost $1 per share. After that, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm pretty much done and over this trade 100%. Okay. All right. And then later on that day, Thiz even saw this, right? TXMD. Beautiful, beautiful play. Okay. Let's go to 8-1 on the 1. Kind of got these already planned out. When I'm going over this, gonna try to do a pretty quick skim through of what all happened, okay, throughout the week. All right. There we go. Okay. This guy's same thing right here. Okay. Beautiful play. All right. This thing ended up creeping back up. All right. Got above some key levels. Okay. This is the important part I want to show you guys right here. All right. You had a bull flag set up, right? Again, same thing, guys. Literally just going like this after this breaks out. Literally going, hold on. Literally going like this. And we got the 5-minute 8, and we have an 831 pivot right there if you're looking to the left. Same thing, guys. Every single time I'm doing this. All right, got the flag pull. All right, we got the flag body pulling back. Now we have our flag form, and look at the VPA. All right, look at this pullback right here. Excuse me, let me make that a little bit more better right here. Flag pull, low VPA pullback, and boom, we have our flag. All right. This is what I'm talking about in my previous video when I'm saying applying VPA volume price analysis to the intraday flag setups, pivot play setups, whatever the case may be. 1 minute, 5-minute flags, okay? This thing sets up not only over a key pivot right here, but it tests this pre-market 874 level. But I want to show you something right here. All right. Although this may seem like it got completely stuffed, this is just, you got to remember, you got to look at this two different ways. Yes, this had a lot of sell volume, but 140,000, really not that much. Okay, the push up was 160. This is just people taking profits against a previous high day. The fact that it didn't sell off after that speaks volume, right? Not only did this thing hold up right here, but it ended up breaking all the way back out right here. All right, it creeped up. Each 5-minute candle was making a new high, pulled back, consolidated, and then ripped to get past this level on the daily, which we had right here. Okay, we had a couple levels on this, right? The 893 level on the daily, on the pivot, and as you can see right here, it wasn't really getting stuff. People, again, we're going to take profits against that level. Completely normal. But the fact that this play didn't roll over means it had more in its tank, or potentially could have more in its tank. And as you can see, it did. It actually tested this huge gap right here. And then from there, you know, it kind of rolled over and just been kind of rolling over for the remainder of the day. Actually, this is setting up a beautiful daily flag. This will be high watch, right? Nice volume push up, sideways consolidation on light volume. Keep this on your radar. Okay. Again, we're looking for that 975 break on the daily. Okay, to initiate that, the 984. All right, over 10 bucks, this thing can get jiggy. I don't know what the heck happened over here. I really don't care. All right, a lot of people sometimes too, you know, we're gonna play setups like this, right? That form, that happen, and it shows a strength. You know, you might want to try a pivot play off this, but obviously that pivot play died. What I'm trying to get at is here is like, say you get caught in a bull flag like this. This is the play. This is the pattern. To me, that's amazing because not only does it give you that range, but it gave another $1.20 range off of this 5-minute 8 EMA pullback pivot play looking left, right? I hear a lot of people trying to double dip. What is double dipping? Double dipping is actually taking this trade, making a huge chunk on it on the way up, and then trying to play it again for new highs or to get another scalp out of it. If you guys made 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand, 20 grand on this one single play, which is very doable, why double dip and get more? Don't let greed step in the way. We had a plan, right, to play this flag to one, look for these breakouts right here, right? 893, and then again this 950. We already had low ads. We're looking for these certain levels to crack and break, and we accomplished that. This was a nice bull run up. The VPA was perfect, increasing volume on the way up. All right, and the move was fantastic. So what I'm trying to get at is when you guys see these setups, don't double dip. All right, because another play that was on Friday, PGY. Okay, this is a 1-minute flag play. All right, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you have this nice pop up, low volume pullback. All right, and where this was setting up was actually, pretty good. If you look left, there's a little bit of pivot right here, but more importantly, right out of the gates, if you kind of look left right here, this flag, if I mark my lines right here on the bottom of it, right about here, all right, was pretty much consolidating or pulling back to this level that it held right here. Okay, don't mind that line. All right, so this thing popped up, pulled back, and was holding this floor right here, this level, this 380s. All right, sometimes you're only going to get a 1-minute flag set up, and after that, once it does its job, and what I mean by doing its job is, breaking out of this level, making new highs from this level. Sorry. Right here. Okay. So from 380s all the way to 480, that's a dollar move. That thing did its job. And this is what I mean by double dipping is stepping back in this play, getting chopped up, expecting this to get back over VWAP and show you the move that it did right here. If you got $1 per share on this with 10, 15,000 shares, you just made a 5-figure trade. And of course, you're going to scale some against these highs right here. It pulls back, it might shake you out. You still have a lower average. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to hold this still. See buyer step up. Watch the tape right here. Level 2, the actuator ladder, whatever you're using. Level 2 over here. What time in sales? More buyers to step up. And instead of this falling out, it squeezed out and made new highs real quick and then dumped really quick. Okay. Even from 380s all the way up to these 470s, that's 90 cents per share. That did what it had to do from this pattern right here. Okay. It did what it had to do right here. All right. We got a nice flag pull up. This is our flag body. Okay. Look at the volume. Volume went up, pulled back, right? And it gave us that same pattern, VPA and that pattern. And as you can see, the volume stick right here pushed up and it squeezed right here as well. Okay, so let me just reiterate that real quick for you guys. Right, looking left, these are our targets. All right, we played this pattern right here. All right, and look what it did just from right here. That's all you need. This is all you need to make some green for the day. Lock in some gains. Nice pop. Low volume pullback. This is our flag. Watching key levels, watching the VPA, and look at that. One ad and boom. One ad and boom. Look at the VPA on these two candles back to back. All right, went to a key level. What more can you ask for? This is all we need, per day, per play, per name. All right. Now, depending on this thing had more strength, big catalyst, not a catalyst. I don't really think this thing even had a catalyst on Friday. No. Okay, so no catalyst. If it had had a catalyst, maybe you would have tried to open up on the daily and went to the 200s. You're going to notice a lot of these names that get news have abnormal volume for the day where it's, it's speaking to you. Don't get me wrong, this thing had 31 mil, but that's really not abnormal volume. Maybe on the name for, period. Okay. The highest screen day it had 3 mil. So yeah, this thing had abnormal volume coming out of this pre-market into the gates. 100%. Okay. All right. BRSH was also a banger. Okay. And the reason why I showed you guys PEGY first is because this thing didn't give us a 5-minute flag setup at all. But when I actually mentioned this in chat, when this was setting up right here, where are we at? Right here. Okay. Let's take some lines away real quick so I can kind of show you what was going on. All right. This thing, there's really not a lot to look left unless you look at the max daily. But as we're playing this, all we need is, this right here, intraday. When things actually set up and actually catch volume, if you look at the volume on these 5-minute candles, we have 900K, 2.2 mil, 2.3, 2.8, that's volume. All right. So we didn't get a 5-minute flag setup, but we did get a nice 1-minute flag setup right here. Again, same thing. Kind of want to break this down to you guys and drill this into your guys' head because this is what happened right here. All right. Let me make that better. Here we go. Okay. Right here. All right. Same thing, right? If you pull it to the side. Oh. I was actually looking for this 315 pivot. It didn't happen, but it happened off this 1-minute pivot right here at 324. Okay. Back to the picture. Look what we had right here. Same thing, right? Nice push up. Right, this is our flag body forming right now. So this is our flag. Okay, look at the VPA. Nice push up. Low volume pull back. Over and over and over again. Guys, if you waited every single day for this freaking setup. Alright, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not, this is my strategy. This is what I trade. This is what I look for. This is what the boys look for. This is what we trade. Alright. It's simple bull flag strategy for beginners, people with good experience in the market, and so on. Okay, so we get this pattern. Thought it was gonna hold 315s, and then it ends breaking out for new highs, which was amazing because if you look at the 5-minute, there is no entry, so we have to sometimes look for a 1-minute entry, or else you're just gonna miss this whole train. All right. Something that I want you guys to be aware of too, because as we're teaching these pivots or we're playing pivots during the day, we're not going to get that perfect pivot play. It may not happen. It may or may not happen. This is my advice. This is my opinion. You see something like this set up and it won't pull back anymore. It may be worth taking this entry right here. Okay. Oops. Alright, it might be worth taking this stab off right here, right? And then risking no buyer stepping up at 315. So you just got a 323, 324, say you got a 325. People ask me every day, when you take your entries with size, what's your risk? 10 to 20 cents? Maybe I'll get to 20. Maybe I'll reduce my size so now I can risk 20 cents and I'm not going to take that big of a hit. Huge difference, okay? All right. And the reason why I'm saying this right here, because if you look at SIGA, Friday, I already had a crazy week. So I was kind of like, made like $3,000 on Friday. It's okay. All right. SIGA, let's go to these real quick. All right. I missed this. Wait, where is it? Okay. Where was this play? Because I know trying to remember where this play was before, and I was like, oh, I want this pullback. Never got that pullback. Here we go. Okay. Super mad, actually. All right. Um, Great play. Again, I need to take my own advice. All right. We had a nice 5-minute bull flag setting up right here. And I was like, oh, it's 2084. I wanted to see it actually tap and test yesterday's high pivot. Okay. Those are going to be key levels. So if you see these things pulling back to a pivot like this or forming up something like this, okay. Again, the VPA was there. It popped up. Um, you did have some selling off right here, but you got to remember, look at the huge move it did. If this thing actually did pull all back and then maybe pulled back a little bit more and maybe tested some type of different level, right? Um, maybe this level right here at 2017s, and people are gonna take profit. It's such a huge move. Oh, Mikey, that was pretty big sell volume. Yeah, of course, people are taking profit. Anybody who played this out of the open and actually played this 1 minute flag that happened right here, sideways flag, this is our first pop up. This is actually our first pullback. Might not be a lot, but in reality, it was 30 cents pullback, right? And people are going to take profits. This thing couldn't break out anymore. Now we're going to get some selling. People are going to start letting go of the bag, short it. I don't know. But look at the VPA, kind of went sideways, lowered, and I didn't take this trade because it didn't come here. So if I would have just added risk 20 cents off yesterday's high, which it never came, I would have been in a nice trade that went up almost from ads 20.88 to 22.90, pretty much $2 per share on that move. Okay, I hesitated. It started to go. I didn't want to chase. I hate just slamming something and I'm like, oh, let me just play this breakout. I don't do that. All right. I know there's somebody else who teaches that. All right. Very successful trader, um, warrior trader, super successful. I actually learned how to play the bull flag from that guy. But instead, I buy the low VPA pullbacks to the 8 or a pivot. I get in super, super early. And then what do I always talk about? I always look at, I want to see the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. And it did that with breakout volume right here. So you could play it this way. I don't do that. I don't like to chase because if I would have bought right here and it would have stuffed, I'm taking the L. All right. Um, but again, nice 5-minute flag, lower volume pullback consolidation to a key level. Never even touched it, missed it. It's okay. All right. Another one that we went over, CZOO. Beautiful. Okay. Bofo was all over this too, which was great. Okay. Um, I didn't play any of this. All right, he actually had ads off this nice consolidation off or pretty much 112s, which is phenomenal. Okay, when you look left and we see this hovering around 115s, if you look where my crosshairs are right here on the daily, it held pretty much a nice level right there. All right, but this is where I got interested on this play. Nice push up, low volume pullback. I thought it was going to pull to 120s, but here's in a situation where I did not hesitate. Okay, let me match the days. All right, I thought maybe we'd pull back to this 123 pivot. All right, but if you actually look left, we hovered over these 127s. All right, and the reason why I look for anything that's pretty close, because just in case it does not respect this, it might respect this level where it couldn't break out before, and then it actually did. So it did right here, which was fine. It's a great pivot, but look at the VPA again. This is what I look for on every single play, which this is pretty much where it started. All right, and then this is where it kind of went boom. Actually, let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Right here. All right. This is where, this is where I say don't double dip. All right, we got our flag pull, flag body, boom, pop up, low VPA. It's coming to a nice level, okay? And We're in here at a low volume pullback, right, off the 5-minute 8. We're looking for a 5-minute candle to make a new high. We're looking at the 1-minute, right? This thing makes a huge move. This is the volume that it needs. All right, and then also we got some buying pressure. Just because this closed red doesn't mean it was, huge stuff. You just got to look at the one and go from there. But this is the play. This is the volume we need to make new highs. It does exactly that. Okay. Now this thing holds it down and open up, and you would think after an unhold with volume like this, if you were double dipping and you played this again looking for new highs, you're getting cut up. Because normally if you're trading 10, 20K, I mean, I always have mine on 2,500, depending on the play, or I'll slap 5, okay? And if it's cheaper, I'll slap 10. But I like having 25 because I'll rapid hit it. I'll either rapid hit it or I'll just hit 555, whatever it is. But beautiful play. All right, we're looking for this breakout, okay? This is important. All right, let me start this over. All right, number one, we're looking for this breakout, the flagpole. Number two, we're looking for new highs. People ask me, how do you stay inside the play? Once a thing kind of starts to ride the 5-minute 8, one, I'm going to let it ride the 5-minute 8. But more importantly, I want to see it ride the 1-minute 8 EMA. Some people use the 9. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you feel all fuzzy inside, do your thing. I use a 1-minute 8. That's my green line. 1-minute 20. 9 times out of 10, things will test the 1-minute 20, and it's actually your 5-minute 8 EMA. Okay? But after a breakout, I want to see this ride the 1-minute 8. Any pullbacks, I want to see it get sucked up, all right, and break out and do what it needs to do, okay? This did what it needed to do with size. It was a very successful play, okay? Rev, all right, we're looking at Rev from, I want to say it was actually on the first as well. Yeah, okay. Another play that was in the beginning of the week that actually started the week right. Had a huge days on the first and the second. Okay. 8-2. So this is day 2. Okay. Guys, this is one of my favorite setups, and this is the thing someone said to me. It was like this popped up and pretty much gave it all back. But I was actually looking more over at the VPA on this and the pivot 934 pivot to hold. So yeah, this is when I look at this like this, when I'm looking at this play right here. When I'm looking at it like this is what I'm looking at. All right. I'm looking at this exact pattern. Nice pop up, low volume pullback, looking for a key pivot. All right. And I'm looking for the new 5 minutes to close. This is a special one. All right. This is when you're playing this type of setup and the 5-minute candle is about to close, right? Keep that in mind. The 5-minute candle is about to close right here. And then as soon as it starts to close, you see this it closes. The new 5-minute candle opens up and it rips. Pretty good volume, right? 270K. Does this 1 minute. Tries to actually break out right here first. Pulls back. Holds these levels right here. Okay. And then rips even harder for new highs. Okay, this is a great play. 930s to a 1074s. All right. We got $1.40 per share. Great freaking play. This did what it had to do. Okay. If you look right here, this thing was actually supposed to break out 990. So not only was this level right here a key level to break, but it made new highs, popped up, did what it had to do, and that was it. Okay. You probably could have played any of this. Sure. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably in some different play. Okay. Or a bounce off a zone. It did make new highs. That's fine. But honestly, when you play this type of setup and you start to build a confidence in these type of patterns, all you need is one nice ad, one big boom, you're done. All right. I had a couple other plays to go over, but I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. I don't want to make a super long video and people are not, super interested in watching. But there's other names: Staff, ENDP, MTC, SNTI. Okay, MTC, another play. This called, what a banger, like absolutely banger. Um, you know, this play right here actually halted. Nice 5-minute flag set up right here. Low volume pullback hold to the $5 hold, and then ripped and got stuffed against 200s, which is fine. But you know, one of these names that the day was just insane. It actually popped up on heavy volume, and actually, in a situation like this, the tape was very important because once you started adding and people started adding, it didn't show like hidden sellers. It didn't show like it was heavy or was getting stuffed. Um, Definitely got attacked because this is potentially a huge backside play. Again, um, something like this on a backside play, there's nothing wrong with taking some ads and looking for this breakout, right? And when you're watching this set up and go, right, on a backside play, this is important here. I've seen this so many times. This thing will actually break out of this and stuff hard. But this thing just kept going and opening up. Halted, gapped up, ripped up some more, and then eventually sold off because obviously a 200's backside play, etc., etc. But great play, right? Amazing play by Thiz. I joined him on that. It was a huge play for me. I will not lie. Um, all right. I don't want to give you guys so much. I can go over this all day. I have so many plays to go over this week. Amazing week, guys. Remember, all right, these bull flags in a hot market are going to be your first setup that you will see that could potentially break out for a bigger play. Okay, and the reason why I say that, right, is because we had lag on Friday. Okay, the market's hot. There's the volatility is there. Okay, so kind of want to show you why. All right, and this is exactly why, because we had our very first bull flag. All right, on lag, popped up, it pulled back, right, and look what it did. Played off the previous day's pivot. All right, this was a name, that was showing some strength. Definitely a theme going on in this one, but it's popped up, it pulled back, and it started to squeeze. All right, broke this, pulled back again on lighter volume, and then started to squeeze even more. Set up another. Now that this is starting to squeeze and actually open up and not sell off, right? Could be potentially huge backside play, right? But this thing already showed strength one day, had such a low volume pullback. This was definitely a liquidity trap, in my opinion, where you have a huge volume play and these low volume pullbacks. All right, huge liquidity bear trap right here. Okay. Once this thing started to open up, you had these pop-ups, right? And look at the VPA on these pullbacks. Okay. Tommy was even like, hey man, I'm using your strategy in this. Like, I'm playing off 5-minute A and it's ripping, making new highs. I'm behind the dip, playing the pivot, and rip making new highs. All right. I was like, let's go. But look at the VPA. Pop up, low VPA pullback. We got a pivot to work off. If this is one that you could have added off this and risked this 286 no hold right here. Okay? Don't lose sight of this. Because sometimes these things are going to go with or without you, whether you're in or whether you're not. Okay? It's better to be there, take the L off this pivot not, working. Very low risk, right? If you entered right here, it's like 10 cents. Whew, that's amazing. I'll take a 10-cent loss any day of the week. All right? But, all right, guys. Want to do a quick recap. Some of the things I was showing you guys, how I even look at these on a micro time frame where I'm like, all right, I see this setup right here. Let's see what it can do. All right, this exact setup. All right, I have these on that picture. Much love, everyone. I'll see you guys on Monday. Let's continue to kill it. Later, everyone. Hit the like. Subscribe if you guys are watching this from somewhere else. Show the love. All right, guys. Catch you later.